Thunderbolts. And yes, you'll notice an asterisk at the end of that title. That is the official title of the movie, is Thunderbolts with a asterisk. And we won't talk any more about that until after the movie comes out.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel has some new footage of the Thunderbolts movie featuring the first new scenes of Winter Soldier since the last time we saw him in Falcon and Winter Soldier, new scenes of Yelena Belova, Val, Ghost, Taskmaster. We have a much better idea of what's going on with the Sentry during the movie, what the deal with the asterisk in the Thunderbolts title actually means, because Kevin Feige was pretty clear at the big presentation he did at CinemaCon that the asterisk was there on purpose, like it was a big deal, and they weren't going to fully explain it until the movie actually came out next year, meaning it's very important, but I think we've already figured out what it actually means. So we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Starting with the Winter Soldier scenes, the first new scene is of him in a business suit of all things, in the middle of a trial he's at Congress. It's meant to give you vibes of that Iron Man 2 trial scene where he got hauled in, raked over the coals over his Iron Man armor technology. Also notice, zoom and enhance, he'll still have his vibranium arm, exact same arm. I know everybody's been wondering if Rocket was ever going to give him his arm back or if he was just going to get a brand new arm for the movie. The way that James Gunn explained it after this particular scene is that the new canon backstory is Nebula found out that Rocket wanted the arm really badly at some point when they were working together on the Avengers during the 5-year time jump. At some point after Avengers Endgame, she went to Earth, ripped it off of Winter Soldier's body, and just brought it back and gave it to him as a Christmas present. So if he's got the exact same arm during Thunderbolts, the only way to explain it would be at some point Rocket just gave it back to him while he was busy running his new Guardians of the Galaxy team. Rocket's meant to be a genius, so he could actually create his own similar type of arm if he could find some raw vibranium to work with. The big thing with Winter Soldier in the Thunderbolts movie is at least at first he's not supposed to be on the ground with the actual Thunderbolts team. Kevin Feige kept hyping him up in the movie saying he was a huge part of the story, but when they released that first look of all the team members, he was standing there in his uniform with his vibranium arm in the middle, and everyone just assumed that he was going to be the team leader. Kevin Feige joked by saying that he was going to be the most mentally stable person of all them, which is saying a lot because he went through all of Falcon and Winter Soldier dealing with all that court-ordered therapy. So now the idea is that he's been rehabilitated mentally and legally so he can lead a more normal life than he had before as Winter Soldier and then criminal. But as of the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, he's supposed to be totally cleared legally. Nothing is hanging over his head anymore, but he's working with the government, it looks like. And it sounds like if he's got the suit and tie, he might start the movie having more of a desk type of job. Maybe with Val, if Val's going to be the one who puts the Thunderbolts together in the first place and he's working with the team. And even though she probably has other people inside the military actually running it, she would also be calling shots for the Weapons Plus program. Because Val is also supposed to be the one responsible for the creation of the Sentry, Robert Reynolds becoming the Sentry. This is actually a new scene of her in the movie getting ready to film, and this is her new assistant that they're introducing in the movie, mostly for a comedic role, I think, just because Val is such a darkly comedic character, kind of like her Veep character. But the whole idea is that Robert Reynolds' Sentry comes from the Weapons Plus program in the comics, like it sort of evolves from that, like an offshoot of the Weapons Plus program. Thunderbolt Ross, who's become president by Captain America Brave New World, will also have become Red Hulk on top of that. I'm assuming he will continue to be president as of the Thunderbolts movie unless some major WTF ending happens in that movie. He was the one who had actually restarted the Weapons Plus program way back during the Incredible Hulk movie. So even though he's president now, he's got way more things that he's worried about, like finding every ounce of adamantium on the planet that he can. He'd basically be the one authorizing the continued work on the Weapons Plus program. All the adamantium stuff is supposed to be a big plot point during Captain America Brave New World. I did a separate trailer video about that from the CinemaCon footage, so I'll link it at the end of this. They haven't revealed what smaller missions the Thunderbolts team might be going on during the movie, or if they're simply created at the beginning of the movie and their first mission is to stop the Sentry. Yes, there's absolutely no way anybody on the team is nearly powerful enough, even all their combined strength, to stop the Sentry. That's not exactly how they're going to stop him, though. It won't be defeating him in a knockdown, drag-out fight. My early theory is the movie picks up, Val is supposed to have already created the Sentry, and he's supposed to have succumbed to the Void personality or persona from the comics. Technically, it's not a fully alternate persona, it's more of like an alternate entity. And it's actually more of a dark force than it is an actual person, but it can manifest and look like anything that it wants to. But I think the way they're going to be visualizing the Void during the movie is that it won't be like it is in the comics. It'll be more like a domain from Jujutsu Kaisen. They haven't totally explained how this is going to work, like if the characters will travel into his mind mentally into this domain, or if it'll be them traveling into it physically. They changed the actors. Now it's going to be Lewis Pullman playing Sentry. He'll get the Golden Sentry serum during the movie, which evolves from the Super Soldier serum. Talking Captain America Easter eggs here. Really good comparison to make would be Homelander in the Boys universe, because all those superheroes in the Boys universe get Compound V. The amount of power that they get is directly tied to how much Compound V they're given. The main reason why Homelander is so much more powerful than everybody else on the planet is because he's given way larger doses, like billions and billions of dollars worth of Compound V compared to everyone else. When you think of the Sentry and the Void, you have to think of that episode of The Boys where Homelander is talking to his alternate persona in the mirror. Like, one of them is the normal version of Homelander, and another is like this really dark, aggressive personality. It's not quite like that with the Void in the comics, but you kind of get the idea. The other brand new scenes that were released are of Ghost in her brand new suit. It almost looks like it has a skirt on it. The black is probably just for extra stealth, even though she probably doesn't need it, being able to phase through anything. It is weird that this is the first time we've seen the Ghost character since Ant-Man the Wasp, like it has been forever. Yelena Belova isn't wearing her new suit that she had in the preview she posted to her social media a while ago, but Antonia here is for Taskmaster. She'll have a new suit in the movie too. Everybody gets new suits. We haven't seen Red Guardian yet and what his new suit is going to look like. He also has his own shield designed to look like Captain America's shield with the Red Star of Russia on it, but it wasn't made of vibranium. There was actually an Easter egg for it during What If Season 1 where Black Widow is using it because Red Guardian has died in her reality. And we haven't seen any brand new footage of John Walker, a US agent yet, but he already got his new suit at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. It'll just be the same suit. The joke was that Val gave him a more comic book accurate US agent suit by just making it black instead of the blue for his Captain America suit. As for the asterisk in the Thunderbolts title, my early theory is that they're using the title as a joke during the movie, like it will stick. Like you go to see the movie in the theater and the asterisk will still be there, and in the context of the movie, it'll be on a form with an asterisk on it like, maybe we'll change this later. Supposedly, the team is not named Thunderbolts for Thunderbolt Ross. It's some joke name that was the name of Yelena Belova's childhood soccer team or something like that. Just some joke, and Val's like, you know what, we'll workshop this and we'll change the name later. In early theory, it'll wind up being a placeholder for the official team name that they'll get at the end of the movie, which they'll reveal is the Avengers. And it'll be like the Dark Avengers, but they won't have the dark in the title. It'll be the government-sponsored, Val-created, President Thunderbolt Ross-sponsored Avengers team. In early theory, it'll be Val and Thunderbolt Ross doing the same thing that they did to Sam Wilson during Falcon and Winter Soldier by naming the government's own Captain America out from under his nose. They'll just do the same thing, but with the Avengers team. Because during the trailer footage for Captain America Brave New World they showed off at CinemaCon, Thunderbolt Ross is telling Sam Wilson to form the new Avengers team, and this kind of supports the theory. What if Sam Wilson either drags his feet too long on that or has some disagreement with Thunderbolt Ross and Val about who should be on the team, and it just goes on for long enough till Val and Thunderbolt Ross are like, fine, we'll just make our own team. And before Sam Wilson rolls out his new Avengers team, they announce their government-sponsored team on public television so everybody sees it around the world. Like, oh yay, the Avengers are back. We finally have a new Avengers team. But it's really more like the Dark Avengers, like the Thunderbolts, who were just turned into the Dark Avengers. Fun fact too, in the comics, Sentry was on the Dark Avengers, but it was Norman Osborn that put the team together. And the other thing that also supports this theory is that Val is supposed to have been the person who bought the Avengers Tower from Iron Man. And maybe they just named the team the Avengers at the end of the movie and she'll move them, like the Thunderbolts, who are now the Dark Avengers, into the new Avengers Tower, as she names it, redesigned. Doesn't that make sense? Like, oh wow, that feels like it actually closes the circle of Easter eggs here. Like, big deal. Like, who's going to move into the new Avengers Tower? Well, the new Avengers, but not the Avengers that you expected. I know this raises a whole bunch of questions too, because we have Avengers 5 that's supposed to be released the year after the Thunderbolts movie. So do they head into Avengers 5 with like two different competing Avengers teams, like the Dark Avengers and the regular Avengers? How's this going to work? Everybody post all your theories in the comments below. Maybe they'll just address that during the beginning of Avengers 5, where the Council of Kangs will just wipe both of the Avengers teams. They're going to be filming the movie for a while, so we should get some more footage and find out more of what's going on with the story and see what the Sentry's suit is actually going to look like during the movie. If there's any other Easter eggs or references that you spotted in the footage that they released, just write them below in the comments. My full X-Men 97 episode 10 video will post in a couple days. Be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss that. Everybody click here for that Captain America 4 trailer footage from CinemaCon, and click here for all my X-Men 97 episodes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.